Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. For those of you I haven't said hi to before, hi, I'm Andy. I lead ecosystem at Glide, and I am so thrilled that we're able to put this session together. Thank you to our entire Glide community. This wouldn't be possible. There'd be no reason for us to do these events without you. So thank you so much. So with all that said, I'm going to hand it over to David, our co-founder and CEO.
Thanks, Andy. Hey, everyone. So glad we could get together towards the end of the year to reflect a little bit on how far Glide has come since its humble beginnings and some of the great things we accomplished last year, and to get a sneak peek at some of the exciting new things we're going to do next year. I don't want to give anything away yet, but I can say next year is going to be a year unlike any other at Glide. And it's just going, the powers of Glide are going to grow in ways that you probably can't even predict right now at the top of this presentation. So highlights from last year. This tiny little grid of faces, this was the entire company about this time last year. One of the exciting things we were able to do this year was grow our team, added engineers, added designers, and most importantly, we added a marketing team to help tell you about the great things we're building and to communicate Glide's message far and wide. We introduced Glide Pages, a very minimal version of a large screen layout for Glide at the end of last year. And over the last year, it's gotten a lot of details and a lot of feature development. Got a data grid, a Kanban board, a really sophisticated calendar view, got map components, charts, and an animation framework that makes apps built on Glide Pages really smooth with a lot of attention to detail. We added a bunch of new data sources. So last year we had Google Sheets, the data source that we started with, and we had Glide Tables, which is our built-in data source. But we also added Excel, Airtable, file import covering CSV, Excel files, and other data formats. And a few weeks ago, we introduced BigQuery support. With our spreadsheet data sources, you can have about 25,000 rows. So we're proud to say that with BigQuery, you can scale your Glide apps practically indefinitely to billions of rows of data. And it also lays the foundation for us to add other database class data sources in the future. We introduced more flexible team-based pricing last year. Usually when you say you changed your pricing, your users don't get very excited. This was a huge unlock for our business customers, and just to make it much easier for them. As soon as they have an idea or they want to try something, they can create a new project and it has all of the business features without having to manage subscriptions at an app level. We improved our sharing and privacy. This is a big deal in Glide because Glide supports both public apps where anyone in the world can find your application and sign in, and private apps. We made these a lot simpler, a lot easier to understand. When you publish a project, you get a link right away to try your own project, and you can send magic links and invitations to other users to add them to your app. I'm sure I was just covering old ground for all of our community members who have joined today. You guys are watching our releases like a hawk. Robert's in our staging and test servers, finding features that we haven't even decided to release yet and sharing them on the forum. You guys are experts at what we've done in the last year. So what's coming in the year ahead? We started Glide not out of frustration or loathing of how software gets created. We started Glide out of love for creating software, and the sense of power, beauty, and magic that it gives us when you solve a problem by creating a beautiful custom piece of software. So we think about these terms when we're creating the product, but startups are about focus. We cannot increase all of these in equal measure and succeed. So for the year ahead, we are focusing on power. We are going to make Glide a lot more powerful. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to complete our transition from apps to pages. Pages is the future of our platform. And at some point, those terms, apps and pages, will be removed. And we'll probably once again just call what you build in Glide an app. Pages work on they're responsive across mobile, web, and desktop, all within one project type. And we're going to make the mobile experience of Pages rival what you've experienced in Glide apps to date. We're going to introduce 10 million row scale big Glide tables so that if you're one of these customers who's creating thousands of rows a week, you don't have to manage them in a spreadsheet, export them. We're going to introduce integrations that connect your apps to the world. And we're going to improve our action editor, and we're going to introduce automations. Most great software gets performance and security updates. Glide gets those, but you also get design updates. And the move to pages is a huge step forward for the design system of Glide. You can see we're going to introduce this floating tab bar at the bottom that's kind of trendy and interesting looking. Glide pages will get these sort of horizontal collections as well. In the center screenshot, you can see a little bit more of the finesse and care around the title component. You should see that over the next couple of months coming to pages. Big Glide tables will scale to the order of 10 million rows. They could be much larger than that. But we really wanted to make Glide more powerful by eliminating any concern of row capacity. Integrations, connect your app to the world. This is another big power up for Glide. We're developing an extension system that for the next year will just be internal to Glide. It will be used by Glide engineers to add features to Glide. And the goal is in 2024, we will open this up to third-party developers. But for now, it's going to be a much faster way for us to add key business integrations that our customers, our best customers, are using today, but they're using indirectly via integrating with a tool like Make or Zapier. We are not trying to compete with those tools, but we want the common things that people do in a Glide app, like generate a PDF, send an SMS, call out to an API and get some data that comes back into your table or onto your screen. Sending emails via your Google Workspace account. So the emails generated by your app are coming from you and not our built-in email feature. And then more exciting integrations that we don't really know how they'll be useful, but that's for you to discover. So we're going to have an OpenAI integration that lets you participate with these really exciting new AI APIs that you do prompt completion, image generation, etc. We're totally excited about how this is going to become a whole new world for Glide. And you'll feel that Glide is really kind of the command center or the remote control to all of the other tools that you already use with your business will be able to be communicated with directly in Glide. And then these things all come together in an improved action editor with automations. And automation is something that happens sort of independently of what users are doing in your app. So at the end of every month or every Monday or every 15 minutes, I want to do something with the data in my another automation trigger our sort of incoming events. And we'll start with like an incoming webhook that you can sort of create here. And you can say, whenever I call this webhook and I'm gonna pass along some of this data, I want these things to happen inside of Glide. And we're just gonna make it so you can do this directly. You can add incoming information triggered by automations directly to your tables. And we'll just simplify the entire process of creating your app and make it a lot less dependent on coordinating with an external tool. To summarize that theme of power, this mission that you can find in the footer of our website, you are those new creators, the members of our community. I really hope that you have this experience of power, beauty, and magic, and always give us feedback on how we can make Glide more powerful, more beautiful, more magical, so you can go on to build apps that move your world forward and delight their users. So thank you so much for joining today. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and I think we probably have some time for some questions.
I'm seeing so much good energy and excitement in the chat. This is amazing. All right, folks, so we're coming up on time. There were a ton of questions, comments, feedback in the chat. Thank you all for joining us and bringing your ideas and energy to the session. So if there's anything else you'd like to see from us, please just let us know. Drop a comment in the community. If you're in the experts group, let us know in Slack. Ditto for ambassadors. We're all ears. We're excited to see where we can take things next year with you. And with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks you so much everyone for joining us. Thank you. Happy holidays. Have a great new year.
Happy holidays.